Speaking about your dad, why don't you tell a little bit about your father? I don't know if the fans know who your father is. Why don't you tell your father played in the NHL, and your father has a tremendous background in the NHL and what he's done not only for hockey but the sport growing in the early 2000s. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about your father?
Yeah, so he's right now he's an assistant coach with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Prior to that, he was with the Columbus Blue Jackets as a head coach for I think 5 years, and then before that, he was with the Minnesota Wild as head coach for 2 years, and then before that, that was his first year. His first year of NHL coaching as an assistant was with the San Jose Sharks.
And I actually met your father, so I didn't
Oh,
know it was your father. I didn't know it was your father until you mentioned your father, and then I did a little bit of I did a little research on him. But yeah, I met your father a couple of years ago. So you know,
where?
I met him at an event. It wasn't in New York. I think it was in New Jersey, and he was there. He was at the event. There was a bunch of coaches at the event, NHL coaches, assistant coaches, and he was there. And I actually had a good conversation. I was at the same table as him, and I was talking to a bunch of NHL coaches, and it was just so surreal. Your father was probably the nicest person at the table. So, I mean, a lot of these coaches, I've been to the drafts. I've interviewed a bunch of these coaches. I actually had the opportunity 2 years ago to interview Scotty Bowman, and Scotty was a very nice guy. But Scotty he believes in old time hockey, and really conversating with who he is as a person and what he has transitioned. He transitioned the game of hockey coaching. Now you see all these GMs like Stevie Yzerman. You see the transition of what he tried to build with Tampa, and now he's in Detroit. What he's trying to do right now and re-up what Detroit was in the '90s and the early 2000s. So. One more question for me, and before these guys ask away on the questions. When you look at your game, what is the game? What is your game? What stands out in your game? Is it your speed? Is your hands? What stands out when people watch you? When the Rangers were scouting you, what stood out to them on why they brought you to the New York Rangers organization?
I mean, for me personally, I think that my biggest asset to my game is my 200 foot. My ability to play a 200 foot game. Being out there taking important face-offs in the defensive zone or offensive zone, wherever it is on the ice. Just being a penalty killer, making sure I'm taking care of the defensive zone first, and then going on offense. And I still feel like I do have an offensive ability, but I definitely need to improve on that. If I ever were to play in the NHL. And then skating, I am able to get around the ice pretty well, I'd say. There's definitely room for improvement, like there always will be. But I think the biggest thing for me is my 200-foot game.
So shifting now to your college hockey career, you actually won 2 national championships at Minnesota Duluth. So talk about those experiences, and if there was something that made one championship more unique than the other.
Yeah, definitely. So I was going in as a freshman, I remember. I wasn't even supposed to be going in that year. I was supposed to go back to Lincoln in the USHL for my second year. But then Adam Johnson, a center with Minnesota Duluth, signed with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And so it opened up a spot for me. And I remember my assistant coach at the time, Brett Larson, he called me up and was like, hey, there's a pretty good opportunity for you to come in and play. It's up to you. They didn't pressure me at all. I had some conversations with my parents, and overall I felt that the best thing for me to do was to go into college that year. And we had a very, very bad start to the year. At Christmas, we were probably, I think we were in last in our conference at Christmas. I think we were like 1-7, 1-8 maybe in conference. So that wasn't great. But, after Christmas came, we hit a switch and we just took off and didn't look back. We got into the first national championship was definitely more unique than the second one, just because we got in by, I think it was either 100th or 1,000th of a point into the tournament over the Minnesota Gophers, who are our rival, obviously. So that felt pretty good. And then, I don't know. We just kept going. We were taking it game by game, and the Frozen Four was in St. Paul, so that made it a lot more special too. I still remember the whole crowd at the national anthem against Notre Dame in the finals. The whole crowd was just cheering like UMD, and so it was, as a freshman, with a team that wasn't even supposed to be there. Really, it was supposed to be a rebuild year, but as a freshman, we all gained a ton of experience out of that, and I wouldn't trade that for the world.
So, Justin, coming from a hockey family, okay, so certain rites of passages, how old were you when you first saw Slapshot, and what's your favorite line from the movie?
I actually haven't seen Slapshot.
Oh, come on, you got to be kidding me.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy, that is like
Justin, I'm gonna have to help you that. I might have to send you the movie. I might have to get your address, and I will send you the DVD. I'm gonna buy you the DVD, and I'm gonna send you the DVD so you have it. So, because once you watch that movie, it will be a movie that you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Absolutely,
I promise you that.
All right, that sounds good with me. Then
I will get your address.
I'll come back on here. We can talk about
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know about this generation. I mean,
oh, stop! Leave the kid alone. Leave the kid. He likes the Mighty Ducks. Okay,
Speedy, I'll give you my.
He likes the Mighty Ducks.
I'm a big Goon guy.
What was that?
Goon, the movie Goon.
Oh, I love Goon.
Okay.
I love the movie Goon. Stifler was in it.
Yeah, Stifler. Right.
So it was worthwhile. If you guys didn't see Goon 1 or Goon 2, both of them are very, very good. I thought they were very funny movies. But as you guys know, we are talking to New York Rangers forward prospect Justin Richards. Now, Justin, if there was a particular player in the NHL right now that you can compare your skills to, who would it be?
Well, I mean, this kind of sucks. So every time I've been asked this question, I've always said the same player. But since he's doing so good in the playoffs right now, I kind of don't want to say him. But I mean, it's Joe Pavelski, I'd say. Mm-hmm. I've had conversations with my dad, and we've always talked about, like, if I was ever asked this question, who would I say, and things like that, and who he thinks I play like. And he told me Joe Pavelski as well. He had Joe Pavelski in San Jose when he was there as an assistant. That was back in 2009, I think. So Joe Pavelski, I don't know when he got into the league, but it was early in his career. I mean, I feel kind of bad saying that because Joe Pavelski's having a great playoff so far, and he's like the engine of the Dallas Stars, it seems like, right now.
So, just be honest with us here. Who was your Cup pick at the start of the year, and who is it now with the last 8 teams remaining?
Well, I mean, at the start of the year, I can't go against my dad's team, Tampa. But now,
say it. It's the Islanders. Say it.
Don't say it. You don't have
doing
to.
really well, but I mean, I'd say Vegas.
Yeah, I picked Vegas.
That's who Errol picked too.
Yeah, I picked Vegas too.
Yeah,
they're good. They're good. And Lerner is, ever since he went to the Islanders and he changed everything, he's been fantastic. He's been one of the best goaltenders. If you look at his numbers in the last 3 years, it's very hard to not say that Lerner has been one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. So it's been very impressive. Absolutely has been.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, I have 2 quick questions to ask you. They're crazy questions, but we ask a lot of crazy questions, and I know you got to go, and we don't want to keep you on too long, okay? Because you got a girlfriend. I seen your pictures on Instagram. Gotta go. You got to go back to your girl, man. So my first question is boxers or briefs, and why?
Boxers or briefs, and why?
Yes. Which one would you prefer to wear, and tell us why?
I guess I'd say boxers, because they're looser.
you have to give them some room over there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And my last question to ask you: your favorite snack to eat before a game?
Favorite snack to eat before a game? I always have a banana with peanut butter.
What is it with bananas and peanut butters with these guys? Yesterday, Who did we talk to yesterday?
Sammy Davis.
We talked to Sammy Davis, the number 1 overall pick from the NWHL. She was on the show yesterday, and she told us she likes banana with peanut butter. What is it? A hockey thing? Is it a hockey?
I don't know. I've always just been told that it's a great pre-game thing to have. Apparently, it gives you a lot of energy and good protein. I don't know.
Justin, they're also my 2 favorite ice cream flavors.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Oh God, Justin, this guy. I mean, 2 Ranger guys. I mean, I'm getting restless here. I am. I'm getting restless here. Anyways, Justin, we would love to get you back on when the season starts. You seem like a great kid. Hopefully, in the future, you play for the Islanders, and I'll even be a bigger fan for you. Okay. Well, I'll be rooting you on. And when you come up here to New York, I promise you, when you come up here and they call you up, I would love to show you around New York. If you want to get to see the city and here in Long Island, because we're out here in Long Island, it's a lot different than the city. There's a lot of wineries. I think you and your girlfriend would love it out here. You would absolutely love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I'll definitely have to reach out to you sometime.
Absolutely.
If the season starts and I'm up here, then great. I'll have to reach out for sure.
Absolutely, and we'll get you on when the season starts. I believe you're a good kid, man. You have great genes. Your father, Todd, I've been following. Nice guy, absolutely nice guy. And say hello to the family, and we'll get you on soon, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Why don't you tell the fans how they can follow you on social media?
So on Instagram, it's JustRich16. So JUSTRICH 16. That's Instagram and Twitter right there. So it's all the same.
Thank you, Justin, and we'll talk to you soon, my friend. Good luck on the season next year, and we'll be talking to you. We'll have our social media managers reach out to you. I'd love to get you back on again.
Yeah, awesome. I definitely love to.
Come on, say it one time. Go Islanders. Say it.
Don't do it. Don't
say
do it, Justin.
Go Islanders.
Don't do it.
I'm not saying it.
Thank you.